If it's a minimum day at your school or an early leave day and your parents are picking you up because it's a minimum day, you should always write down that it's a minimum day in your planner at school so you remember. And don't just go grab yourself lunch. And I know some schools will do lunch after school, but if it's a minimum day, you could just go straight home. So just keep in mind, so you don't forget, start writing down when you have minimum days at school, so then you're not confused and go and grab lunch by mistake. I did that once and I got in a little bit of trouble for it. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoons sometimes. And I'm going to do a Knit With Me story time. As you can see, I'm knitting a project right here. And today's Knit With Me story time is about how I accidentally went to lunch at school because I ended up buying lunch after school, and I forgot I was supposed to be meeting my stepdad at the time after school because he was picking me up for my minimum day at school. And I got in a little bit of trouble for it because he didn't know where I was. So this is a story just to teach you guys, if you have a minimum day at school, you could just go straight home for lunch. And if your parents are picking you up, write down that they're picking you up from school from your minimum day, so then you remember you are going home from school early. So please keep that in mind. And I also have a story time about the time I accidentally forgot to communicate with my parents that it was minimum day at my school, and they forgot, and they didn't know they were supposed to pick me up early. And if you want to see that story, I'll link it down below if you didn't see. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the story. So this all started about 20 or 21 years ago. I was in the 5th grade. I forgot today was minimum day at my school, and I accidentally followed a couple kids to the cafeteria in my classroom. And I was not thinking. I forgot to ask if it was a minimum day, or I forgot to write it down in my planner because that was when I started using a planner at school. And I went to go and get myself lunch because I saw a couple of my friends were going to get lunch at school. So I'm in the cafeteria and I'm eating lunch, and all of this sudden, as I'm sitting and eating lunch with my friends, a supervisor comes up to me and goes,
"Mena, your stepdad is here, blah, 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 blah. He's outside waiting for you, and he's been sitting there for a while."
So I'm like, and I'm kind of scared because I feel bad that I scared my stepdad at the time. So I grab all my stuff and go out to the front of the school where I meet my stepdad. And he wasn't too happy with me. He was sitting in his car, and he gives me a look like, and as all of a sudden he asks me,
"Mena, what were you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I was sitting out here for a while and blah, 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 blah. You were supposed to meet me out here and blah, 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 blah. I want to let you know I was scared or yada, yada, yada. And you weren't supposed to go and where did you go? And blah, 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 blah."
So I tell my stepdad, "I'm really sorry. I forgot it was a minimum day and I went to go and have lunch because I saw everyone else going to have lunch." And then my stepdad at the time goes,
"You really scared me, Mena, blah, 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 blah. Next time remember or write down that it's a minimum day and blah, 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 blah. You need to be mindful and blah, 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 blah. Because you gotta remember that I was picking you up from school at this time and blah, 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 blah. Blah. So please, next time there's a minimum day, you should just go straight out to the front of the school where you normally meet me and your mom. Blah 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 blah.
So after my stepdad at the time tells me all this stuff, I feel bad and I apologize to him. And he was super nice because now he understood that I made a mistake of forgetting that it was a minimum day, and he was really nice about it. He just told me next time just come straight outside and stuff, and just remember that it's a minimum day and blah 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 blah, or grab a calendar so you remember blah 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 blah. So that's what I did. The next time at school, they had a paper calendar in the office, so then I grabbed one so I'd remember what days we had minimum days for school, so then I wouldn't have to worry about it, and I wrote them all down in my planner. So the moral of the story is when you have a minimum day at school, it's important to remember what day you have a minimum day and remember what time your parents are picking you up, because you don't want to accidentally just go and have lunch after school, because that's what some schools do. Well, at least that's what my school did. I'm not sure if they do it with all the schools. And it's just important to make sure you remember when you're having a minimum day at school and what time you're supposed to be out, so then you remember. You could always write it in your planner, or nowadays I know people use their phones, but some people I know still use paper planners, so you don't forget what day a minimum day is at school. Write it down so then you remember not to go to lunch after school. So that was a story about how I accidentally went and grabbed lunch at school on a minimum day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would really make my day.